Yo, what's up, dudes? Good morning. 6:26 a.m. today. Little lay-in. Just got to adjust this light here. Shaboom. You know, there's something about starting the day before everybody else that really is just, I don't know, invigorating. I see a comment on the video from one of you guys. Well, it's not from one of you guys. It's from my client, Gerald. He's in the posing university. We do posing together. I just don't like saying that sometimes because I don't want people to think like, oh, he's trying to sell us. That he's telling us he's got clients. Like, no, but he is. He's a really cool dude. He commented on one of the videos and just said there's something about starting the day before everyone else that it's just a really good way to start the day. It really puts you in the right mindset. I suppose it's like empowering or some shit like that. The inner man in me won't let me say the word empowering without going like empowering, because it's like sound like some sort of like independent, strong black female. But yeah, there is something about starting the day before everyone else that just feels right, you know. Look, it's a beautiful starry sky. I love waking up and seeing the stars. I think there's something about feeling infinitesimally, is that the word? Small. Cosmic irrelevance, I like to call it. It's like looking up at the stars and realizing you are nothing. Which sounds like a really like horrible thing to sometimes say about humanity. Like, we are nothing. But in the big picture, we aren't. We're just like tiny grains of sand walking around on this massive planet Earth that is in this even larger solar system, even in an even bigger galaxy in the universe. And it's just crazy when you think about it. You look up at the stars and you realize how small we are. Sometimes that gives me peace. That gives me peace to think like come on, like none of your problems are really that bad. None of your woes are really that big a deal in the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of life. You know, you just need to do your thing, man. Do your thing. Pain is gonna happen. Struggle is gonna happen. Obstacles are gonna happen. You just look up at that starry sky and you realize, look, it's not that big a deal. None of your problems are that big a deal. Obviously, when it comes to like loss and losing people, sure, that is a big deal. I just did something weird to the camera and start again. Yeah, I lost my dad like, was it 3 years ago now? 4 years ago? And yeah, that sucked. We could talk about that another day. But yeah, you look up at the starry sky and you're like, my problems aren't that big, man. You just gotta keep moving forward one step in front of the other. But it's funny, I actually saw like somebody put on Instagram the other day saying about like they used to seek validation. I'm swapping subjects here, just where my brain's at. There's like thinking about talking about how they changed from chasing the Olympia dream. They went to a different federation so they could earn some money instead of seeking validation for their physique. I'm like, that's great, but I don't think most of us in bodybuilding do it for money, nor do we seek validation. And I started thinking about why I bodybuild, and honestly, it's just that like, it's Goku, man. You know, you watch Dragon Ball Z Goku, and it's basically like the bar is constantly getting moved higher and higher and higher. And when the bar gets moved higher constantly, and you have to keep digging in and finding new levels of discipline, new levels of character to move forward, to be better, to be stronger. That's why I bodybuild. Like, that's it, man. Here's to another day, man. My arm's shaking. And you see the arm. I did delts and they're sore and it's making my arm shake. So yeah, that's why I bodybuild, man. It's because it is a never-ending pursuit of being better. And in that never-ending pursuit of being physically stronger, you develop the character traits along the way. Mental toughness, discipline. It leaks into every area of your life. The lessons, the bodybuilding, the training will teach you. It leaks into every area of life. And it can make your life better. I would not be waking up at 6 a.m. every morning doing these walks if it wasn't for the discipline that bodybuilding has taught me. So yeah, that's why I do it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go on a little beach walk this morning. This is Saturday. Take little Arnie for a walk and then do some check-ins. And then we're training arms today, man.
Arnie, we going to the beach? Woo!
When Arnie gets out on the beach, he's like, I love life!
Arnie, come. Good boy. Cut the ball. Give the ball. Give me the ball. Drop the ball. Good boy. Ready. Steady. Go. Oh, he's just had a wicked posing session with a guy called Yemi, natty guy from Ireland. Awesome physique. He's moving to classic. Really, really beautiful physique. There's so many nice physiques out there now, like coming up at such a younger age. Like I remember when I was like 22, I was still just getting fucking drunk and wasting my life away. Well, I wasn't wasting my life away, but I wasn't as on it as some of the people are now, like when they're like locked in, like 19, 20, 21 years old. And it's pretty impressive. So, yeah. The future is bright in bodybuilding. Anyway, today, arm day. Let's go through the workout. Well, I'm saying we'll go through the workout. To be honest, I'm not going to go through the workout because I'm training with Lucas. And when I train with Lucas, we kind of just have fun with it, which I think is absolutely cool to do when you're, training with someone. Like, that's what it's about, man. It's about just having some fun sometimes. But I've had a little look this morning. I put the pictures up here. I weighed in at like 102.5 kilos this morning. I don't know what that is in pounds. But when I finished my cycle like mid-December, just before Christmas, the heaviest I got to was basically 104, like on the dot. I think maybe 104.1. So, and that was with being inconsistent with meals, like straight up, like honestly. I mean, that's what this whole freaking story is about, man, is getting more disciplined. So I haven't missed any meals since starting this prep, and I'm going to keep it that way. So I'm up to like 102.5. I reckon I can get back up to 104 with just eating meals consistently without any, whilst just being on TRT. So that's kind of the plan in my head, is get to back up to 104 without anything. And then when I start anabolics back up, I don't know, I reckon 107, 108 is something I can realistically get to. I'd like to be like 240. My weight cap is 220 or 219. So I think if I get up to like 240 and I can hold it there for like at least 4 to 6 weeks, then I reckon by the time I come down, I'm going to be looking, I'll still probably come down to like 215, 216, but I should be looking pretty gnarly at that, and that will be the biggest I've ever been. So even if I prepped now, I reckon I'd still be the biggest I've ever been, but not by as much as what I wanted, because last year was a bit of a shit show, which I haven't actually spoken to you guys about I have done it on other videos, but since I'm being more consistent with YouTube, I should probably speak about it again, but no need to right now. Anyway, 2025 was a shit show, but we're moving forward solid in 2026. I just feel like I needed like another growth phase. That's why I picked a show that was at the back end of the year, like October, so I can spend like the next 20 weeks growing, and then I've still got like a decently long prep, and then I'll do a few shows off the back of it, looking at Prague for sure. Then there's shows like Slovakia, Romania,
Spain, and they're all like 2 weeks apart from like October 10th to November 22nd. It's a decent run of shows. So, but plans might change. You never know on the shows after that. But Prague for sure. Definitely want to get on that stage. It'll just be fun. There'll be loads of top tier bodybuilders there. It's well documented. It's live. It's a good one to go and do. So anyway, yeah. 2 buns. They kind of look like burger buns. They're not. They're kind of more like breakfast buns. They're nice. They're kind of soft. 4 eggs, banana, and then arms. 25 reps. 25 reps, man. Fuck. We did a set of 25 before this, by the way. It's a failure. I'm not a pussy.
Last one.
Fuck.
No.
Fuck. Fucking burns. Lucas is doing the 14s because he's a fucking animal. And that doesn't seem like a lot of weight, but we started off rope extensions, did a set of 25, get a feel for the weight, and then we do two working sets to failure at 25 reps on the rope extensions, and then repeat here. So this is our 3rd set here, going at 25 reps, but it's absolute true failure at a high rep range. Most people when they do high rep ranges, they lose out on that intensity of doing, like, you know, actually going to failure. They just kind of pump it. 5 and 5, let's go. Big boy guns, come on. 1, come on, let's go. 4, let's go. Don't be a pussy. 5, oh yeah. And again, who said on day was boring, huh? Do you want to do the close grip, Smith? Is that good for 25 reppers?
Maybe the jam plus?
Well, maybe we just do a little bit different this week. Do a mid rep range on the close grip. I think, having that like gnarly pump on the rope extensions, and then you can always tell a lot about a man by the way he handles a close grip bench press. No, you ever see the film No Pain No Gain with Dwayne, the Rock? Yeah, and he's sitting. It's come towards the end of the film, and he's got a crew of kids in front of him, and he's like, boom, boom, racks it. He's like, that's 315. He's like, close grip. It's just, yeah, just want to make it clear. Close grip. Close grip definitely puts the meat on the triceps. So if you're ever wondering about why you don't have triceps, it's probably because you don't have an exercise that puts some fucking meat on the bone, man. I think it's always nice to have a nice heavy movement for tries. Or compound. Huh? Yeah, all around I feel like such a dickhead. Who's this prick walking around with a fucking tripod and the camera? Yeah, but I'm just trying to make YouTube videos.
10, let's go.
A little bit of chest at the end, but that was pretty much all try. I felt try. Do you bring your elbow down past the pec, or you keep your elbow here?
Oh, cheers. I kind of keep my lats flared and don't let my elbows collapse past my lat, and then just pop it up the. I don't know if that's right, but it feels right. I just used to watch Jay Cut.
Pause in the bottom where I have like maximum tension.
Yeah.
Just squeeze then press.
I always used to watch like Jay Cutler, and I always used to feel like he was kind of like, the lats were kind of always on. They used to do these cool like overhead angles on the old DVDs, and you'd always see him like his lats were always out. I'm like, and then he's kind of just like popping it at the top. But it makes sense because then you get like the acute angle of the arm, so the tricep is like fully lengthened, I suppose. Maybe do a little drop on this one. I'm not guessing up, man. I'm just getting started.
6, let's go.
Oh, fuck. Good bit of chest in that in the last couple reps, but
Everything presses.
it doesn't matter, man. It's still tricep.
We still need chest.
Yeah, we still need chest.
Let's go. 3, 4, let's go. 5, 6, 7.
A couple more. Whew.
1.
One more with me. I haven't touched it. Whoop. Yeah. That's 250 pounds, man. 10 reps.
Close grip.
Close grip. Come on, we'll take some chest. And again. Squeeze it in. Squeeze. Yeah. This is my favorite way to do hammer curls at the minute. You basically just put a rope on a seated row, on a seated cable row, and you'll notice that it's way heavier at the bottom. And I figured all this out even before science told me that lengthened positions, heavy in the lengthened position was important. I just figured it out for myself, man. So yeah, it's nice and heavy in the bottom range, and it feels really good because you're laying down. You don't get no lower back like rocking or anything like that. Keeps a lot of tension on it.
Nice.
Fuck, it's heavy for me. I don't know how the hell you got to 20 in one go on that. Strong motherfucker. Come on. Fuck. We're doing concentration kills. Lucas is eye fucking the shit out of his bicep. That's what training should be like. You should be making love to yourself. It's like a symphony. It's like a love symphony. We was just saying that I kind of feel sad that I see a lot of younger, and I'm not bashing younger lads. I think the younger generations in bodybuilding, like I say younger generations, like 10 years younger than me, 20, 21, 22. I've actually seen so many amazing physiques lately, like at a really young age, and I'm like admire these young lads, or you young lads like watching this, because it's crazy. You're like locking in early and building these incredible physiques at really young ages. Better physique than when I was 22. But there's we were saying there's like a lost art to just training with dumbbells and barbells and learning to maneuver your body around the weight and make the weight work for you, you know? There's a lost art in that, and I think it teaches you a lot about training that can have a huge knock-on effect into when you do use machines and things like that. So I think now when people coming into the gym and kind of like you're a little bit kind of just default into all these amazing machines that are out there, and obviously I like to use them too, but
there's just something to be said about the art and the purity of training with weights and barbells, dumbbells and barbells. That's I don't think it's right or wrong. I think you should keep doing what's ever working for you, but maybe just give the dumbbells and the barbells some love sometimes. Alright, all done for that sesh. I can't wait till I get shredded, man. So I got a little tip to give you guys to finish off today's video, a little posing tip. I'm always going to try and finish these videos off with a little posing tip, you know. Probably when I start getting a little bit in better shape, I'll start doing like some proper posing at the end of sessions as well. But obviously you got the check-in videos for now, you can keep an eye on me. But I like finishing these videos with a little posing tip or a little posing flow, just something to do with presentation, because it is a big part of what I do. I've been posing coaching for like 8 years, so I want posing to be a part of these videos, a part of these vlogs, and you know, a part of the journey, because like posing's everything, man. So I got a good tip for you guys. Some guys, when they hit a side chest, when they come into the pose, okay, they tend to what I call like stab at the chest, okay? So rather than flaring the lat and creating more width in the pose, which is what you should do, they just stab at the chest. So they just flex in on the pec, and then they allow this elbow to drag all the way back past the line of the delt, okay? And then what that does is it takes away width from the side chest, okay? Because we should be flaring the lat and we should be out here, but they stab at the chest, the shoulder collapses, and then the elbow pulls back and it makes the arm look small and it just doesn't look very nice, okay? So how to fix this? First of all, you have to understand that when we flare our lats and we get tension in our lats, okay, that is what you kind of want to feel when you do a side chest. So if I flared my lats and rotated a little bit, so you can see I've got my lat on a little bit here, I've created width by protracting my shoulder forward. That's the key. Most people don't protract the shoulder. You need to be protracting that shoulder forward, which is essentially the same thing as flaring the lat, okay? And then when we breathe into our chest, so you breathe in through your nose into your chest, flare the lat. Now look at the width that's coming out there on that side chest. And then what we do is keep this arm relaxed. This is our anchor point, it stays solid. And then the arm relaxes underneath the rib cage, okay? And then you focus on pulling the shoulder back into the pose just a little bit so that this chest is opened out just enough. And then the elbow should naturally fall underline on the delt, okay? So we breathe in, flare this lat and protract the shoulder. And now we're already creating width. And now pull back on this shoulder and then boom, allow the elbow to sit underneath it. I'm kind of looking at myself in the mirror and looking at you, so I'll hit it again. Okay, so that way all the muscle is sitting in front of the midline. So if we draw a midline through the pose, most of the muscle should be sitting here, okay? Not collapsed and then pulling back like this. All right, guys? So that's kind of the tip that I'm getting across here. I see a lot of guys hit their side chest and they're kind of collapsed and pulling back on it, where we should be inhaling, allowing this lat to flare out, okay? Keeping it flared, keeping it anchored out, and then we can create so much more width in the pose, okay? So yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna call it there. Whew. Hope you're enjoying the videos. See you soon.